Alright lads, how's it going? Got a little bit of gameplay here with my friend Bacon Gaming. He's another YouTuber. I highly recommend him. If you know me, you probably know him as well. He's a bigger channel. He's got a lot better content, to be honest. He's a lot better edited. He does mainly helicopter stuff, but he does dabble in some other stuff as well, so I highly recommend him. We're flying the, I'm flying the Mangusta. It's the Italian 9.7 premium helicopter. I think Bacon is in the Mi-24P or one of the other variants. Basically, I think I'm going to call this video why helicopters were nerfed. This was in patch 1.95 where you could take out laser guided anti-tank as your first spawn, basically. And as that M22 just found out, there's nothing that you can pretty much do about it. So our second target is this Magak 3. It's a battle rating 7.7 American premium tank. I don't know why he's in this game. It should have been an 8.7 to 9.7 game. I don't know, quite unlucky for him. It doesn't even have APDFS. He doesn't even have APFSDS. He only has HeatFS rounds, I think. So we take out his gunner and his horizontal drive. And I'm going to focus my fire on this M247. I get a ping on the radar. I think, to be honest, that the radar warning receivers were a mistake. I shouldn't be able to know if I'm being targeted. I think it gives the helicopters just too much information. If you die in a helicopter, then it's your own fault, basically. You get given pretty much everything you need to survive. You have the radar warning receiver, you have missile launch receivers now on the newer helicopters. But we're basically just blowing shit up. We killed that Magak, we killed a friendly, we didn't kill a friendly, bloody hell. We killed that Macabre Mark there. I'm aiming now at a Chieftain, I think it's a Mark 3, or a Mark 10 actually. Anyway, it hits him on the side but does nothing, which is surprising. Chieftains usually die in a single hit in my experience when you're in a tank, but our second round it hits him just below the turret ring and I think it just knocks him out. But that's us out of Hellfires. So we're going to go back and rearm. Our loadout I'm using here, it's got 8 Hellfire missiles. It's only the Block 1 Hellfires, it's not the Block 2 that's on the newer patches. But they're still incredibly good, especially at this battle rating. The Mangusta, it's got a few loadouts, and not the best loadouts in the game. But I'm carrying the 8 Hellfire missiles. I think it's got 2 gun pods, which both have M3 Browning machine guns. Then it's got 3 Mighty Mouse rockets as well. You also have the chin-mounted M3 Browning machine gun. So you have 3 M3 Brownings for self-defense. You have 6 Mighty Mouse rockets, which are pretty much a meme, to be honest. You can't really do anything with it unless you get incredibly lucky. It's got great 3rd generation thermals, so you can easily see what you're shooting at. You can easily use it in sim to identify if it's friendly or foe. You can see here I spot an enemy, I think it's a Challenger Mark 2 or a Challenger Mark 3, I'm not too sure at this distance, but he stops moving in the open, which leads to me killing him. No skill at all during this. I don't want to make it perfectly clear, there's nothing about this that's skillful. This is just all, like, everything is, it's not skill. It's the most overpowered thing in the game. It still is, even after the nerf, it's still ridiculously overpowered. I've no idea how Guardian added helicopters and thought it was balanced like this. You can say that the radar guided spags do counter them, but not really. Not unless you made like all the high tier radar, like unless you made like the Tunguska's 9.0 battle rating, so they could counter the early helicopters. Because in down tiers, good luck killing stuff with a Gepard or like a Shilka, especially at range. My range is 8 kilometers with these missiles. You can see there was I think it was either a Gepard or an AMX-30 DCA that was shooting me, but I just dodged him. That wasn't really skill, that was just luck. There was no way I should have really survived that. Like I said earlier in the video, I shouldn't be getting a warning when I get a radar lock. I think you should just you're given too much information about when you're being targeted. I can easily just go evasive as soon as I get locked up. Makes it incredibly easy for helicopter pilots. It's completely broken. The only way you can really counter it is either radar guided SBAGs, which you can only get at 10.0, 10.3, or you have to spawn into a plane, which even then, if you spawn into a plane and you die without doing anything, then you're out the game pretty much. But we evade that spag, we fire again at this, I think it's an M51 Sheridan. We kill him. And yeah, like you can see, we're triple capped. There's nothing the enemy team can do. They can't really leave their spawn. I'm killing a M247 again in his own spawn. It's completely broken game mechanics. It is a little bit better now that they've changed it. It's still awful in sim though. If you've played top tier sim recently, helicopters can still spawn with their full loadouts of 80 GMs. They have made it a little bit better with the recent change to the sim, where you can spawn in 3 in vehicles now instead of 2, and you can swap. So you could spawn in 2 MBTs and 1 SPAG, whereas before you could only spawn in 2 of 1 vehicle. So you can only have 2 spawns and a T80U. You couldn't have a T80U and a Tunguska, for example, if there was a lot of enemy helis. But we're in a little bit of a dogfight with that Tempest, Typhoon, sorry. But a friendly ME262 kills him. So like that Typhoon, he'll have come in, done nothing because he didn't get any hits on any of us and died. So he's completely out of the game. Anyway, that's the match completely over. We got 9 kills, 6 crits, 13 hits, and about 100,000 silver lines, which was nice. Didn't even die once, didn't even go onto the ground once, didn't even spawn in a tank once. But we completely wiped out that enemy team. Me and Bacon, we pretty much lay the gates open. It was basically an empty city. Our team just pushed into the circles and won the game, basically. Helicopters were ridiculously overpowered and pretty much still are overpowered, but I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it was only short, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.